Hi, Flick here from the Nerd Soapbox, and today we're at the Comic-Con Revolution, Ontario, with special guest, voice actor, entertainer, comedian, Neil Kaplan. Neil, how are you?
Sir,
Oh, nice to meet you.
pleasure.
Well, Neil is best known to the Soapbox gang for his voice work in such shows as Naruto, Bleach, Transformers, Robots in Disguise, and Voltron, Legendary Defender. How's your con so far, sir?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
And you pronounced most of those right.
Most of them.
Most of them. It's okay. I'm sure your fans are on their soapboxes screaming the proper pronunciation at you.
Probably.
Yeah, it's okay.
Wow. So I understand you started out in the comedy circuit, doing impressions and such.
No, I don't know
No?
that I ever made it to the circuit. I think
Uh-huh.
I just did, like a lot of
Impressions.
local comedy clubs. Yeah.
Okay. Do you do any impressions? Like what? Like maybe one impression that I might know, and I could do an impression for you.
An impression that you might know. I don't know. Let me see if I can think of something that
Is
you
that
might
me?
know. Oh, you? No. Why would that be you?
I think it's me. He's gonna dub me for now. Oh wow.
Whoa. Anyway, so
I've never had anybody do me back before, like a mirror.
wait. I don't know that I like that phrase, do me back, but I just, do me back. It's just pirates soaping each other up. Anyway.
Probably.
So, next question.
Wow. Jeez. Okay. So you provided such voices in anime. We got the anime.
Yeah,
You really threw me for a loop there, buddy.
yeah. Relax there, Felty.
Felty.
Anyway.
Transformers.
Yes.
Robots in Disguise.
Yes.
Optimus Prime.
Yes.
I love Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
He's my favorite.
Watch this. Transform and roll out.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go now. You can take over for.
No, it's just I just decided let's whip out the puppet skeleton and see what
Oh,
happens.
jeez. Ouch! That sounds like it hurt. Yeah.
It might.
Emperor Zarkon.
Yeah.
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 Look, Voltron.
Yes.
And I love Voltron. I grew up with this stuff, man.
Well, not
This is
that
fun.
one. This was a reboot.
No, but I watched.
The reboot?
I even watched the reboot. I watched
Okay,
all of them.
But you didn't grow up with it.
Well, I'm still growing. I'm like only this tall.
You ain't grown. You're stuck. You're done.
Jeez.
You're done with your growing. I hate
Oh,
to tell you.
Jeez.
Look, if the guy with his hand inside of you hasn't explained that to you, I'm sorry.
I mean, what?
Nothing. Don't.
Okay.
Just don't.
Okay,
It's
okay.
getting too meta here.
Wow. Okay, of all your voices,
Yes.
what's the most challenging to perform?
I don't know. Which would be the most challenging to perform? I don't. The most challenging to perform was actually, it had nothing to do with the character itself.
All right.
It was actually, and this is going to throw you because this is a serious answer.
Thank
it
God.
was for a.
Sorry.
I may be an atheist. That might not be appropriate to say to me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly. But it was for a video game that was kind of racially charged. It was set in the 60s, and so I had to play kind of an ugly racist character among many ugly racist characters.
Oh, boy.
And so the challenging part was saying the dialogue that did not reflect what I believe
Okay.
or my values
Gotcha.
or how I think people should treat each other. But in order to tell the story, you needed to have that kind of negative energy.
All right.
Otherwise, what the hero does is simple. It's pale in comparison.
All right.
So that was actually the hardest thing I've ever done, because that was just literally playing somebody and saying things that were just antithetical to who I am and what I believe in. But that's when you really have to be the professional and be an actor and act the part in order to serve the story. And that was the hardest thing I've ever done. Yeah.
All right.
Serious.
Yeah. That was serious.
I know.
Wow.
Scary.
Okay. All right.
What line or piece of dialogue do fans ask you to quote most often?
The one that's their favorite. It's true.
Do you have a favorite piece of dialogue? And what is it?
I have a couple.
All right.
But as I was saying to a colleague of mine earlier this afternoon,
All
a lot of my favorite lines I get from fans saying them to me, and it's like, oh, I guess a lot of people like this. I should like it too. But I did work on one video game that had the line, "You're not brave. You've merely forgotten the fear of death." Yeah.
No, I didn't forget.
That was a fun one.
Oh.
And that was one of the ones that actually honestly stuck with me from the moment I delivered it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think you made me remember the fear.
I'm a New Jersey Jew. I don't think I ever forgot it.
Wow. All right. What is it like when you first saw your first cosplayer dressed up as one of your characters? I mean,
Yeah,
cool or what?
A lot of what I've done has been, continuing a character that somebody else brought to life.
All right.
So it doesn't quite feel the same when I see somebody dressed as Optimus Prime, because I look at it and go, well, they're not really dressing as my Optimus Prime. They're dressing as the original. So, it's cool. It's really well constructed. I like it. But it doesn't quite hit the same. When I did StarCraft 2, Blizzard actually built a couple of working Marine suits, and I actually saw, I don't think they brought them to the States. They were all being worn in Europe and Asia. And so when I saw these, they obviously hired really handsome models to wear them. But when I saw them, it was like, that's really cool. I would like to get in one of those. But that wasn't really a cosplay per se. That was the company actually funding the costume,
All right. Maybe
Yes.
what's a obscure voice acting job or voiceover work that you've done that your fans might be surprised was you?
Well, in the Overwatch universe, when they introduced a character by the name of Sombra,
All right.
I was a lot of the Russian guys who were chasing after her. There were probably like a dozen of them, and I was like 4 or 5, I think. So there's that. I did it when I did Voltron. I played Laika the Upper and the Erusian King, and that kind of threw people for a little bit of a loop, and the Earth Store owners. So fans of Voltron were caught a little off guard when they heard those.
Oh, all right. What are you working on now?
Nothing I can talk about.
You can whisper to me.
Nope.
All right.
Nope. At this point, I use the phrase, at this point, 10% of my DNA is NDA. So,
Are you on social media?
Yes.
This is where you tell me what you're...
okay. Yeah. You can find me on Twitter at Nekap, which is Nekap.
I love it.
My name minus a few letters. Instagram is NekapPix, so it's NekAppPix.
All right.
And then on Facebook, you can find me at Neil Kaplan, voice actor.
We'll check you out.
Good. I look forward to it.
Jeez, Neil, thanks for talking to us.
My pleasure, Felty.
All right, let's see who else we could find here at Ontario Comic-Con.
Comic-Con
Revolution.
Revolution. Yeah. Just trying to help.